Hey. Hey, and welcome to Get It Together, the show where fledgling adults try and make it in the big wide world.
Hosted by young people just like you.
Tonight, we're delving into my favourite topic, the world of relationships, dating and sex.
We'll be exploring the myths around our sexual health, having fun exploring real-life relationships, discussing the ins and outs of modern dating, and figuring out where we all stand on this topic.
And this is super exciting, Declan, because I feel like we're a lot more open these days about talking about sex and relationships, although I feel like sometimes people aren't at the point where they can actually open up about it or feel comfortable to do so. Like, why do you think that is?
I think it has something to do with the fact that it's quite a private and personal experience. Like, it should be kept, you know, in the bedroom.
And whatever happens in there stays in there. I get that.
So it's like hard for people to talk about that not in that context.
Do you reckon that these days there's a line and some people don't know where that line is and it gets crossed a lot?
Absolutely, and I think it makes a lot of people uncomfortable, and that's where a lot of that taboo comes from.
Where do you think that line is? For me, it's like all the intricate details and what the other person looks like while they're in bed. What about you? Where do you stand on that topic?
Well, I think the line, it's different for every person, and I feel like the line can shift depending on who you're with and what kind of a relationship you have.
All right, cool.
And I'd like to see what other people think about this. So last week, Sarah took to the streets to see what people know.
Hi, I'm Sarah McNally, and today we're going to be in Southbank asking people some important questions. Let's go. So do you think a hymen is real?
Yes. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Then, yeah.
I guess so.
I don't even know what that is.
No?
Yeah.
It is real, but I know it doesn't get broken when you have sex. That's not what a hymen is.
Do you know which is the most effective form of contraception?
All of them combined.
Not having sex, I suppose.
We would say abstinence.
Birth control.
Is it the pill?
Condoms.
Not having sex.
I mean, none of it technically like 100%.
And what's the craziest dating experience that you've had?
We're going on a 4-way date. That was weird.
Well, look, I don't really get asked on dates, but I got ghosted. So that was crazy.
I had to pay for everything the whole day, and I was just like, it was the most uncomfortable experience because I couldn't like leave and say goodbye. I didn't know how to, and it was just rude. That was about it.
My craziest date experience, I would say, when I got to the restaurant and then the girl didn't come.
Tinder date, where the guy you met is not the guy he was supposed to be.
Are you on good terms with any of your exes?
No. I don't really have any exes, so...
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Not a single one.
If a partner cheated on you, would you stay or leave?
Leave. That's a hard question.
A tough one, but I think you could work it out.
I'd leave. 100%.
What is your biggest red flag in a relationship?
Lying.
Dishonesty.
Controlling people, possessive.
Scientology, probably.
Abuse.
If you're on a date and that red flag came up, what would you do?
Run.
I would go to the bathroom and like gap immediately.
If it was just a date, I'd probably see it through.
Get the out of there.
Join Scientology.
Really interesting what people had to say there.
Yeah, and how like they don't seem to have a straightforward answer for the same thing that we should be learning in school.
Exactly, there's some things there that seem quite basic that some of them didn't have the knowledge of.
And other times, like, Scientology, I mean, is that really a red flag?
I mean, sometimes, like Tom Cruise, he's pretty hot.
Okay, cool. Well, that's up to you to think. Oh my god. All right. Well, what did you think about the hymen kind of topic? Or should we wait until later with you?
I think we should let our next guest explore those topics.
Definitely, because I wasn't expecting some of those answers, and I'm not sure what's true and what's not, obviously. So,
To help us out, we have a friend of the show, Marnie, here to explain some of the questions you may have.
hi guys!
Thank you so much for having me back on the show. I'm so excited to be here tonight to clear up some misconceptions around sex with some very saucy visual aids. Ruth and Declan here will help me give me a myth, and we're going to bust it together.
Should probably get these out then.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go.
Here we are.
Saucy visual aids.
Our first myth, STIs are a sign of promiscuity.
This is a really huge one and unbelievably misconceived. So anyone can get an STI whether they have multiple partners or not. All it takes is one time and they're all relatively common and treatable if not curable. Condom use only reduces the risk of STIs, not completely eradicates it. They also aren't necessarily diseases, as not all infections lead to a full-blown disease. Oh, sorry, that scared me. Hit me with another one.
All right, cool. So what about when it comes to the pill? Do you need a period to take it?
Nope, absolutely not. You can take the pill continuously and skip your sugar pill whenever you like. Having a period on the pill is a remnant of scientists' attempt to make the pill seem more attractive to Catholics and the Vatican by making it seem more natural. Absolutely not necessary and completely your choice.
Oh, wow.
Wow. See, I didn't know that.
That's actually really interesting.
Yeah. Third myth, too much masturbation gives you adverse health risks.
No, you won't grow hair on your hands. Seeing some familiar faces right now. Whatever you call it. Having a wank, chilling off, giving an upside handshake, or flicking the bean, it's not going to affect you adversely. It's the safest form of sex and provides heaps of health benefits, including improved sleep, immune function, and even stress relief. It can also help you get in touch with your own body and enjoy partnered sex a whole lot more. To sell it quickly, have at it, ladies, gents, and non-gendered folk.
I feel like it's really important knowing what you like before going with someone else.
Absolutely. Such a taboo subject, but so important.
And there are a lot of old wives' tales when it comes to masturbation as well.
Like the whole growing hand on your hair.
Mm-hmm. Hair on
Hair
your
in
hair.
your hair. Hey, that too. They'll make you believe anything.
Well, I'm going to go right past that and just go into another question. What about sex? Does it have to involve penetration?
Right. Taylor's old as time. While your definition often depends on your individual sexuality, this isn't really true at all. The rule of thumb I like to use is that sex is anything that could spread an STI, so that includes oral and other stuff. Sex being penis and vagina is a super heteropatriarchal idea of sex and can restrict people who can't have penetrative sex for whatever physical, psychological, or personal reasons.
Do you think that's a conversation that many people in relationships need to have?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's something that is still seen as so straight and narrow that is really more of an umbrella term. Sex is whatever you make it.
Cool.
Next myth. There's a limit to how many times you can take the morning after pill.
Absolutely not. Emergency contraception is just as effective every single time that you take it. It's also completely safe to take. However, if you're looking to prevent pregnancy, it's best to rely on preventative contraception, either hormonal or physical.
I'm sorry, I'm wearing them.
I bet.
Righto. So, what about something that was seen in the Vox Pop? So, hymens, can they break?
This is a really, really big one and something that I think is overlooked a whole lot. So hymens from birth already have an opening within them, and by the time most vagina owners have sex, it's either worn thin and widened or even completely gone. Some women are even born without one.
Rightio, so things like riding a horse, for example, or riding a bike, that can break it or make it completely gone?
Absolutely. So losing a hymen or breaking a hymen, so to speak, isn't necessarily a sexual act. And while some people's hymen can tear during their first time having sex or even times after that, it's not necessarily a sexual act and can happen at any time.
Wow, how illuminating.
Yeah, I've learned so much, like to keep sharp objects away from condoms.
I'm so glad that I've helped. Remember everyone, whether you're sexually active or not, sexual health is a huge part of your overall health. There's a lot of well-researched and helpful resources available online at any time.
Well.
Next up, we're taking a look at the funniest side of relationships. Earlier this week, we had Jeremy and Elena challenged to be very open and honest about their relationship, or drink a horrible concoction made by one of the Get It Together producers.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're about to see, but I'm ready all the same.
Number one, what's the most intense thing you've done in bed?
What do you mean?
I mean what I said.
Oh, okay. What, intense? Like pain?
However you interpret the word.
Okay, probably anal.
Alright, tell me about your worst breakup.
Ooh, okay. So many. Not kidding. Probably my first boyfriend. It's pretty rough. Got into a nice little punch up. I won. But he cheated on me with a 13-year-old. He was 21. What would you change about me? Ooh, no, I really, really want to know about this.
No, I'll give you guys your money, sure. No.
It's a chocolate thick shake. Oh my god.
It just tastes like water.
There was lumpies. It looked like vomit.
Do you think we'll always be together?
Yes. This is a good one. Most embarrassing nude moment.
There was one time I was at my computer and I wasn't wearing pants. And one of my mum's friends rocked up to hand something like a note or whatever for my mum. She just rocks up and I'm just sitting there at my desk. And she says, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" I was the only one home. I'm like, "Oh, hey, I wasn't expecting you." She's like, "Yeah, I got something for your mum." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." She's like, "Are you gonna get up?" I'm like,
oh my god.
"Have you ever faked an orgasm?"
Yes. What does your ideal vagina look like?
Ideally, some sort of orifice. Would you ever consider having an open relationship?
No.
That was very fast. Do you want to think about it?
I can tell you why, if you like.
Yeah, alright.
I've been in an open relationship before.
Gross.
It wasn't fun. I didn't like
Gross.
it. No. I think it starts getting complicated very, very quickly. I just wouldn't want to do that again, and I don't want to share. Are you attracted to any of my friends?
No.
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 None of them?
No.
I really like that answer.
Do you like me dominant or submissive? What the
What the Why is there chunkies in that? Tastes like curry, man. If I was a different race, would you still be with me? Not me
I
sometimes.
don't really see how it's any different. How often have you had sex on the first date?
Can I call your ex on my phone right now?
Do you have a number?
No.
You can if you really want to. She might call you a bitch. If our sex life was a porno, what genre would it be?
Ooh, definitely. Okay, like right now or where I want it to be?
One then the other.
Okay, so I think right now it would definitely be like the full women's section on Pornhub. It's like really romantic and beautiful. And then there's also that one where like there's another section where it's in places and then probably bondage.
What would you do if you caught me watching porn?
Ooh, probably sit down with you and go, yo, what are we doing? If 2 killers jumped me after taking a dump in the bush and told you to eat my ass or die, would you?
Well, I'm instant because those two are literally relationship goals. For those watching online, if you and a partner have a funny habit or something that you want to comment about, let us know. And for now, I'm joined by, in our studio, by our lovely relationship panel, here to discuss the do's and don'ts of modern dating. So we've got Marnie back here again, Talia Newton, Jeremy Bobby, and Grace Adair. So our first topic is ghosting. What do we think about that? Is that a red flag, or is that something that you think, or not just yet, I probably shouldn't have said that. So is that something that you sit on as a don't do, or is there times where you think that that's okay?
As a serial ghoster, I think it's fine. It's fine to begin with. I think it's so much easier than just repeating that, like, look, you're really cool, these last 20 minutes have been great, but I just don't know if this is gonna work out. Next.
Oh, so you're talking like on dating apps kind of thing?
Yeah.
What about you?
I think it's pretty cowardice, I think, if you ever move past a dating app. section because I don't know. I feel like it's a reflection of your character, and I guess
shots have been fired right now.
No, but I feel like it shows that you're a bad communicator, I guess.
I think there's definitely a point that gets crossed. Like once you get to a certain point when talking to someone, it does become a thing where it's like, how much respect do you have for yourself and this other person?
Okay, I might throw out a hypothetical that definitely has not happened to me whatsoever. Gone on a date and the person is just constantly texting all the time and you've said, oh, that's like really cool, that's great, thanks, but like no thanks, and like the most awkward way you possibly can, because that hasn't happened to me at all. Where do you stand on that?
It sounds like your friend is in a real predicament.
Friend, yeah.
What do you guys think?
Oh, thanks. I think it depends on the situation. Like, if they're not getting the messages and if you're trying your best to communicate with them properly and they're still not leaving you alone, you have the rights and the technological ability to just not reply to them. But, I mean, at least try first. Jesus. I don't know. I just would never, like, just drop off from someone with no reason because that person might have insecurities that you don't know about that you're just feeding, and you don't want to do that to anybody.
It's actually a really good point that I've never thought about.
I would have to agree. Just depending on how much the relationship has progressed. But yeah, I've definitely been in situations where it's like, hey, I'm not interested, and then if it keeps on going, it's just like completely
It gets to a point, where if you've tried to like give those signals and they're not getting it,
well,
I've done my best. I'm going to remove myself from this situation now.
If they say things like, oh, like, you're not my type, like, is having a type like a good thing or a bad thing these days?
Ooh,
It's something that you can't really help if you've got a type.
Absolutely.
But I think that if you're letting it get in the way of something that's in front of you that maybe you're wanting to pursue, but you're being like, oh, no, I won't because they're not my type, that's dumb. Like, just listen to what you're...
That's really cute.
I think going off of that, a lot of times I'm the one to say, oh, I don't have a type, I'm pretty open-minded, and then I end up like being with pretty similar people.
You take a look at all of your exes lined up and you're like,
oh! Just some, thread of similarities. They might not be, the same, but it's not something I verbalize, Like I try to deny that I do.
Like, what's the most common type? Is it like the looks or like the attitude or what?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like what's people's common most type, and I was gonna say every girl I know is like tall guys, brown hair, blue eyes, and like that's
like
their,
Damon
that's
Salvatore.
I don't know who.
I'm done. That's it.
But I feel like personality surely has to be a big type, right? Like you go for the same kind of energies, maybe.
Yeah.
Jeremy, do you go for the same kind of energies?
Yeah, energies. I mean, I feel them everywhere. I'm feeling it right now. So, whew. But no, I think, definitely, I agree. I think upon like just meeting someone in person and having a genuine conversation, you can always, I guess, feel and have a gauge of sort of their ideas, their morals, and their sort of values that they have in life. And you can sort of gauge a person that you want to be with. And I don't think having a type or, I guess, trying to stereotype or like categorize someone in a section to be able to classify them as someone you like, I think that's just too much work for yourself. I think you should just take them for who they are. And if they, get you going, that's cool. If they don't,
And what about like with online dating? Because a lot of the times, like Tinder, it's just swipe through. Yes, I like that person. No, I don't. And you don't really get like a vibe kind of thing unless they're like really good at Instagram. If you've gotten that far down the page, with most people don't even look at the second or third. Well, it depends on what it is.
You're right, and I think that's more of a, again, I feel like it's always just a reflection of who the person is. Like, I think, you put it out there, you showcase what you want people to see, and at the end of the day, I think this might go to some more questions, but I think, meeting people in real life is so much more a fulfilling way of going about it than dating apps.
Speaking of dating apps, you're right, it does feel into every question. Dating apps and the basic meeting in real life, is that dating apps kind of like taking over on that front? And do you feel that most people aren't meeting their partners doing like work or studying?
I'm banned on Tinder. I got Tinder when I was 16, and someone reported me when I was 17, and so now I don't have Tinder. I would need a new phone number, and I'm like,
okay, cool.
And I don't enjoy. I don't enjoy it anyway. Because I think meeting people in real life is like, you get that full experience of finding out someone's interested in you, you're interested in them, and like watching that grow. And that's completely stifled when it's like you're window shopping on an online device, which is fine. Like, online stuff is cool. It makes it easier to find people who are actually looking. Like, otherwise, you know, maybe you don't get to see the full range of people that are available to you.
Okay. Like, do you feel that the like ideal person that we're all looking for and what's kind of been idealized to us like through movies and like those romantic comedies, the one, the only, like we only have like one true love anyway, like the ideal person, is that kind of getting thrown with like what's stable and what's better for people, or like, you know, do you know what I mean?
My mum said something, and I thought it was so sadistic, but like I feel like maybe it's not, and maybe it's just like a person who's been through it all's look on it. But she was like, the people who give you butterflies and you consider to be the one never end up sticking around, and it's better to find someone that has a similar life plan to you, blah, 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 blah. But I think that's just kind of sad. Like, you should fight for kettleless doves. Like, maybe both.
Yeah. Like, you don't want to just go on how you feel immediately. I don't think, you know, I'm really attracted to them, or they make me have butterflies or whatever. But I think that's important. But as long as that's not what is probably going to stay for a super long time.
Do you think the stability can come? Like, you can start with that, and then as you grow and develop with that person, then it becomes more stable?
If the person means enough to you, surely you make sacrifices to make whatever it is work.
Oh, cool.
Absolutely.
All right. So, who should pay on a date? Is it just the person who asks, or is it what's known as like, the guy will pay, or
what if you don't date guys?
See, that's the whole thing. I'm like, what I'm trying to like, who should pay? What do you believe?
Depends on the date, depends on the scenario. If you're going to a movie, each pay for your own ticket, unless someone slips in first, I guess. But like, if you're going out to a dinner, maybe pay for you. I don't know. I feel like I always split on the first, and then from there on, it's like a battle of like, no, it's my turn.
Yeah, like you take turns. Yeah. I think in some, because there's the whole like heteronormative like chivalry. But then there's the whole rise of like, okay, but if we want to be treated equally and be seen equally from the start in a relationship, then no, I can hold my own. I am fully capable of paying for this $12 margarita. But I think as well, I don't know, I think sometimes it's like you look at what financial situations you're both in. Like, if I'm dating a millionaire,
you're not paying. That makes sense.
I like nice things.
Right. That's so true. I mean, I think that's a motto to live by. It's something that should be able to just wear on the first date, you're done.
Yeah.
Rightio. So like, enough of us gabbing. Like, let's see what you all think. We're going to play a game called Red Flag and Green Flag. You guys should all have one if you're in the audience. And you guys have yours under the chairs? Cool. So I'm going to list off some behaviours. Yeah, that's right. Sorry guys, it's been a long day. Behaviours that a partner may exhibit, and let's see who thinks it's a red flag. That is a massive no, bolt, run, get out of there. Or a green flag, which is like, you can allow it, might need to work on like something, but you can allow it. We've got our flags up here too, and don't forget you guys can play at home by leaving a comment. So let's go. Righto. The first one, complains about their ex on the first date. What do we think? Red flag, green flag, everyone? Hold on my pie so I can't see.
Green flag, what about like medium?
Yellow flag.
We really got two. What do you mean medium?
Well, if it comes up naturally, and then
it's like
comes up
it's not
naturally in the
like, oh my god,
conversation.
and they're just going on about it. That's
if they're
a red
like
flag.
dumping
But
it
if
on
it's
you.
just a natural that it comes up, like that's not a good thing, but it's not a bad thing.
True, but the audience has spoken, and it's a red flag.
Okay.
Someone who is very clearly not over their past relationship and is just looking to unload onto somebody, it's not going to be me. Red flag.
Cool. So texting you like 30 times a day. See, for me,
Is it back and forth? Or
Yeah,
is it just
you want to
if it's
consecutive. All right, let's try it like, you're busy, you don't want to reply, or like you're at work, it's in a locker, 30 times texting you throughout the day.
If it's not a conversation, then...
And if they're not just joking around, like if they're trying to be needy, if it's just...
There's no green flag, that's a red flag right there. Good to know. So, Want to know where you are, who you're with, and what you're doing at all times.
I have a mother. I don't need another one. Absolutely not.
100%.
All tapped out of that? Yeah, that looks like a red flag to me. So, won't let you check their phone. So, we'll put some context in that one too. For example, you go like, oh, can I just quickly like check my phone's dead, can I just check on Combank or something? Can I like look at my bank account? And they go like, no, not at all. Not allowed to touch it, whatever.
I mean,
Yeah,
I like,
What's your
yeah, for sure. I understand that a phone is a very, very private thing. Like, I wouldn't just hand my phone over to anybody. And I think if at any point in a relationship you feel that you need to go through your partner's phone because you don't trust them, that's an issue within itself.
You're already like red flag.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't over the phone specifically.
Yeah,
there's something different
everyone
there.
agrees red flag.
Mm-hmm.
So, has the best friend of the gender they're attracted to. So whether you're in a heterosexual relationship and they got a friend of that's a female and they spend all the time with or whatever. I think we knew that. What is it?
Why? Well, it depends on how serious the relationship is.
Okay.
Like not in a possessive way, but I think that if I have a boyfriend and if he's wanting to spend more time with another girl than me, it's like you should be best friends with someone that you're not in a super possessive way, but I would just find it kind of weird.
I think it's a read between the lines thing.
Yeah.
Like you can't explicitly say in a justified way.
Yeah.
You can't have like if you were in a heterosexual relationship.
They can have friends.
Yeah, I think then it becomes less of an issue with
my permission.
Yeah,
But it's just like if they're just like hanging out all the time, it's kind of like, oh.
I
think you
feel
need
like most
necessity.
people are like, okay, that's a green flag. We're fine with that.
And we are.
Yeah.
We are.
Like we're not.
I'm old fashioned.
I think it's a red flag if someone's coming to be like, no, you can't hang out with your best friend that you've known for like 10 years.
No.
Right. What about still hanging out with your ex? Red flag, green flag. What do you got?
I need a yellow flag. I don't like
Oh,
this.
so you need context with it. So
Yeah.
like hang out with your ex
Like
as
one-on-one?
Yeah, we'll go with one-on-one because that's a red flag for me.
Yeah.
I think it depends again, through time and through, I guess, your healing with your past relationships, you can establish a good communication or like a relationship with a friendship with them that
So like if the
can go
love
beyond.
has fizzled out or like you're just not attracted to it.
Well, it's not the same type of love anymore. It could be, it could turn into a friendship. And
I think it's important to remember that their ex is more than just their ex. That's a whole person.
Yeah, that's really hard. I get that. So I'm thinking that's a green flag. Go. Righto. So that's all the time that we have for red flag, green flag tonight.
Thank you for watching. Thank you to our live audience. Thank you to the guests. And thank you to the viewers at home. And if you're still watching, why are you so obsessed with us? Stalker. In all seriousness, share the live link to your friends so they can get on in us action.
Cool. And don't forget to like and follow our pages and on Instagram and Facebook. And until next week,
Get it together.
together.